The INFJ personality type, often dubbed the advocate or the counselor, is known for being the rarest of the 16 Myers-Briggs types. INFJs are deeply complex individuals with a unique blend of emotional depth, intuition, and insight that sets them apart from others. Understanding an INFJ isn't easy, and even those who think they do might miss some of the subtleties that make INFJs truly unique. Here are 10 things only a true INFJ would fully understand. The paradox of being an extroverted introvert. INFJs often feel like they exist in a confusing middle ground between introversion and extroversion. On one hand, they need a lot of alone time to recharge and reflect. On the other, they deeply crave meaningful connections and feel most fulfilled when helping others or engaging in profound conversations. Only an INFJ understands how draining social interaction can be, even when they deeply value and enjoy it. While some people might mistake them for extroverts because they can be outgoing and friendly, the truth is that their need for solitude is crucial for their well-being. The struggle of finding people who get it. INFJs tend to dive deep into emotions, ideas, and abstract concepts, leaving them feeling disconnected from the more surface-level conversations that many others seem content with. Small talk is exhausting, and nothing makes an INFJ feel more isolated than being surrounded by people who don't understand their need for authenticity and depth. True INFJs are constantly searching for people with whom they can share genuine, heartfelt conversations. Shallow interactions leave them feeling emotionally drained, and they crave relationships where they are truly seen and understood. The power, and curse, of intuition. INFJs are gifted with an incredible sense of intuition. They often know things without being able to explain how they know them. Their intuition allows them to read people, sense emotions, and pick up on underlying motives almost effortlessly. It's like having a radar for hidden truths. However, this gift can also be overwhelming. INFJs are frequently bombarded with information and insights that they can't easily turn off. They see through people's facades and often feel like they're carrying the weight of everyone else's unspoken emotions. This can make them feel burdened, especially when they sense things that others are unwilling to acknowledge or confront. The need for authentic connections. Superficiality is the kryptonite of an INFJ. They crave authentic, deep connections where both parties can be vulnerable and real. INFJs are not interested in friendships or relationships that are built on convenience or societal expectations. They want something real and lasting. They have little tolerance for people who are insincere or wear masks to hide their true selves. This need for authenticity often leaves INFJs feeling like outsiders, as they struggle to find people who are willing to connect on such a deep level. Overthinking everything. One of the defining traits of INFJs is their tendency to overthink everything, often to an overwhelming degree. While many people experience occasional moments of overanalyzing, INFJs take it to a whole new level. Their minds are constantly racing, analyzing every possible outcome, emotion, and interaction. This overthinking isn't limited to big decisions or life events, it extends to even the smallest details of everyday life. After even the simplest conversations, an INFJ will replay it over and over in their mind. They'll dissect not only what was said but how it was said, the tone of voice, body language, and even the pauses between words. INFJs will think about what the other person might have meant beyond their words and wonder if they missed any hidden cues. It's not uncommon for them to worry that they might have said something wrong or misinterpreted the other person's intentions, which can lead to unnecessary anxiety. INFJs are notorious for second-guessing themselves, even after making what seemed like the right decision at the time. This tendency stems from their desire to avoid conflict and ensure that their choices align with their values. As a result, they often find themselves questioning whether they made the best possible decision, whether it was in a relationship, at work, or in their personal lives. This constant second-guessing can be mentally exhausting and can sometimes lead to decision paralysis. Because INFJs are highly intuitive, they have an ability to anticipate future outcomes based on present circumstances. While this can be a useful trait, it can also lead to chronic worry. They'll play out various scenarios in their heads, analyzing the potential consequences of their actions or even the actions of others. This what-if thinking can make it difficult for INFJs to stay present, as they're often caught up in hypothetical situations and possibilities that may never come to pass. INFJs are highly empathetic, which means they absorb the emotions of others around them. This emotional sensitivity can compound their overthinking tendencies, as they not only overanalyze their own thoughts but also the emotions and reactions of others. They may worry that someone else's bad mood or distant behavior is somehow their fault, even if there's no evidence to support that belief. This emotional overload can leave INFJs feeling mentally and physically drained. When an INFJ is faced with a problem, they tend to turn inward to process it. Their introverted intuition, (NI), leads them to explore ideas, thoughts, and feelings in great depth. While this can lead to insightful revelations, it can also cause them to get stuck in a cycle of introspection. They may ruminate on problems without finding a clear solution, making it difficult for them to move forward. This inward focus can also make them reluctant to seek outside perspectives, even when doing so might offer a fresh, more balanced view. Another reason why INFJs overthink is their innate desire for perfection. They want to make the right choices, say the right things, and achieve the best possible outcomes. This perfectionism drives them to obsess over details that others might overlook, whether it's in their work, relationships, or personal lives. They may worry about how others perceive them or feel an intense pressure to live up to their own high standards. This quest for perfection often leads to stress and dissatisfaction, as they struggle to achieve the unattainable. While overthinking can be draining, it's also one of the reasons INFJs are so insightful. Their ability to see all sides of a situation allows them to offer deep, thoughtful perspectives that others may not have considered. They can be excellent problem solvers and empathetic listeners, thanks to their tendency to think things through from every angle. However, the key for INFJs is learning to balance their insights with action, without getting stuck in endless analysis. The desire for control, but not in an obvious way. INFJs value harmony and order, and they often feel the need to have control over their environment and relationships. This doesn't mean they are controlling in an overt sense, rather, they seek to manage emotions, avoid conflict, and ensure everyone is at peace. This subtle form of control is driven by their sensitivity to chaos and emotional turbulence. When things feel out of balance, INFJs experience intense internal stress. Their natural instinct is to step in and fix things, often without others even realizing they're doing it. Feeling like a chameleon, INFJs are often described as chameleons due to their ability to adapt to different social environments, mirror others' emotions, and blend in with various groups or situations. This adaptability allows them to relate to many different types of people, making them excellent at navigating social dynamics. However, this chameleon-like quality can be both a gift and a curse. While it enables them to connect easily with others, it can also lead to confusion about their own identity and exhaustion from constantly shifting to meet external expectations. The emotional and social needs of others. This heightened intuition makes it easy for them to adjust their behavior to fit in with different social groups. Whether they're in a business meeting, a family gathering, or hanging out with friends, they can quickly read the room and tailor their responses to match the energy of those around them. This skill allows them to make others feel comfortable and understood, which is one of the reasons INFJs are often seen as excellent listeners and empathetic friends. However, this adaptability comes at a cost. Constantly shifting to accommodate others' expectations can make INFJs lose touch with their true selves. Over time, they might feel like they are always playing different roles depending on the situation, leading to a sense of disconnection from their own identity. This can result in an existential crisis, as they struggle to figure out who they really are beneath the layers of adaptation. INFJs don't just change their behavior to fit in, they often mirror the emotions and energy of the people around them. This isn't something they do consciously, rather, it's an automatic response to the emotional atmosphere they're in. If someone is happy, an INFJ will naturally reflect that joy. If someone is sad or anxious, the INFJ will absorb those emotions, sometimes to the point of feeling them as if they were their own. This ability to mirror emotions makes INFJs deeply empathetic and capable of understanding others on a profound level. While mirroring can help INFJs connect with others and offer emotional support, it can also be emotionally draining. Taking on the emotions of those around them can leave INFJs feeling exhausted, especially if they are surrounded by negativity or emotional turmoil. It can also blur the lines between their own emotions and the emotions of others, making it difficult for INFJs to identify and process their own feelings. One of the biggest challenges INFJs face as chameleons is the struggle for authenticity. While they have a deep desire for meaningful, authentic connections, their habit of adapting to others can sometimes create a barrier to true intimacy. When INFJs are constantly adjusting to meet the needs and expectations of those around them, they may feel like they aren't being fully authentic. This can lead to feelings of frustration, loneliness, and even resentment, as they long for relationships where they can be accepted for who they truly are. This struggle is especially pronounced in relationships where INFJs feel pressured to hide parts of themselves or suppress their true feelings in order to maintain harmony. The fear of being misunderstood or rejected can lead them to put up emotional walls or adopt personas that don't reflect their true selves. Over time, this can create a sense of emotional distance, even in relationships that are supposed to be close and fulfilling. Because INFJs are so skilled at adapting and mirroring others, they may experience confusion about their own identity. When they're constantly shifting to meet external expectations, they might lose sight of who they are at their core. This can lead to an internal struggle as they question their own values, beliefs, and desires. INFJs may find themselves asking, "Who am I when I'm not trying to please others? Or what do I really want?" This identity confusion can become particularly pronounced during periods of stress or personal growth, when INFJs are forced to confront the ways in which they've shaped themselves to fit the expectations of others. It's not uncommon for INFJs to go through phases of self-discovery where they attempt to strip away the layers of adaptation and reconnect with their true selves. However, this process can be difficult and emotionally challenging, as it often requires them to break away from roles they've grown accustomed to playing. Despite their adaptability, INFJs have a deep desire to be truly seen and understood for who they are. They long for relationships where they don't have to hide behind a mask or adjust their behavior to fit in. INFJs want to feel safe enough to express their true thoughts, emotions, and vulnerabilities without fear of judgment or rejection. However, this desire for authenticity can be difficult to achieve, especially in a world where superficial interactions and social expectations often take precedence. INFJs may struggle to find people who are willing to look beyond their chameleon-like exterior and engage with them on a deeper level. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, even when they're surrounded by people. The irony is that while INFJs are often perceived as outgoing, friendly, and easy to talk to, they may feel like no one truly knows them beneath the surface. Adapting to different social environments and mirroring others' emotions can be exhausting for INFJs. It takes a lot of mental and emotional energy to constantly shift between different roles and personas, especially when they're doing so without even realizing it. Over time, this constant adaptation can lead to burnout, as INFJs struggle to maintain a balance between meeting the needs of others and taking care of their own emotional well-being. To avoid burnout, it's crucial for INFJs to set boundaries and carve out time for themselves. Solitude is essential for INFJs to recharge and reconnect with their true selves. By taking breaks from social interaction and allowing themselves the space to reflect and process their emotions, INFJs can regain a sense of balance and avoid the emotional exhaustion that comes with being a chameleon. The emotional roller coaster of empathy. INFJs are highly empathetic, often to the point of absorbing the emotions of those around them. They don't just understand how others feel, they actually feel those emotions themselves. This can be both a gift and a curse. It allows them to connect deeply with others and offer genuine support, but it also makes them highly sensitive to negative energy. Being around sadness, anger, or conflict can leave an INFJ feeling emotionally drained, as they take on the emotional burdens of others. For this reason, INFJs often need to retreat to recharge and process all the emotions they've absorbed. The battle between logic and emotion. While INFJs are deeply emotional, they also possess a strong sense of logic and reason. This creates an internal tug of war, where their heart tells them one thing, and their mind tells them another. They often struggle to reconcile their emotional insights with rational thinking, especially when it comes to making decisions. This inner conflict can leave them feeling torn, unsure of which path to follow. INFJs often find themselves asking, "Should I follow my heart or my head?" as they strive to balance their emotional depth with their intellectual understanding of the world. The unrelenting search for meaning and purpose. At their core, INFJs are driven by a sense of purpose. They need to feel like their life has meaning and that they are making a difference in the world. Whether through their career, relationships, or personal growth, INFJs are constantly seeking to align themselves with a higher calling. This relentless search for purpose can be both inspiring and exhausting. While it motivates them to pursue their dreams and passions, it also creates a sense of dissatisfaction when they feel like they're not living up to their full potential. INFJs are rarely content with a life that feels shallow or unfulfilling. They are always striving for something deeper. The unique experience of being an INFJ is both a blessing and a challenge. Their unique blend of empathy, intuition, and depth allows them to see the world in ways that others can't. However, this also sets them apart, leaving them feeling misunderstood and isolated at times. Only a true INFJ can fully grasp the complexities of their personality, the constant balancing act between introversion and extroversion, the need for deep connections, and the relentless search for meaning. INFJs, what do you resonate with the most from this list? Let us know in the comments. Share your thoughts, experiences, or even other traits that you think only a true INFJ would understand. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this content speaks to you.